Good morning, ladies and gents. Thank you, Premier. Thanks, Minister. The New South Wales Police Force will launch Operation Stay at Home Sunday at midnight. New South Wales Police will be supported by the Australian Defence Force. As you know, there are already 300 men and women of the ADF on the ground, and an additional 500 will come online from Monday. During the week, the Police Minister and I approached the Premier about some enhancements to the health order, and most of those were requests that came from the field, the police in the field, who were having difficulties getting compliance from some members of the community. The movement, particularly in Greater Sydney, was way too high from our perspective in terms of what we were trying to achieve. And our part in this is to get New South Wales Health ahead of the Delta variants. The fines are some of the biggest fines that I've ever seen, and we will be issuing them as of today. So can I say to the members of the community out there is that you may think that leaving your LGA to train is okay, but it's not. You've got a 5K limit now from your house in Greater Metro Sydney. We will be enforcing that. You do have to carry identification. There's a whole range of other health orders that we can use against you. I closed the first business this morning, a cafeteria at Leichhardt, for 14 days for continual breaches of the health order, and I won't apologise that more businesses will be closed over the next 21 days. The permit system is essential in terms of protecting regional New South Wales, and I would ask from Monday there will be information online on the government website in terms of how to access a permit, and the permit system will come in place midnight Friday next week. I think it's important that those people who have been getting around the orders, taking family vacations to other premises, that is over. The permit will only allow generally one person to travel for what is essential business. Premier spoke about the assets that will be involved in this operation. There are 1,400 men and women in the New South Wales Highway Patrol who now will be dedicated to COVID compliance duties on our roads. You would have seen roadblocks both south and north over the last couple of days, and across Greater Sydney and into regional New South Wales. Expect to see more roadblocks where we'll be checking with compliance. Some of the strongest laws, some of the strongest police action coming. I'm not apologetic. Please don't write and complain to me. We've given ample warnings and cautions. That time has gone. Thank you.
Firstly, in relation to police operations, there will be a visible and increased police presence in the affected local government areas, including deployment of specialised commands and including a riot squad, highway patrol and increased presence more broadly. From Monday, there'll be 500 extra Australian Defence officers on the ground as well, following a request by New South Wales Police. There'll be enhanced random checkpoints at key roads with accompanying electronic warning signs so that police have every ability with that increased presence to clamp down on people doing the wrong thing. From Monday, the health orders will be formally enforced from midnight. However, between now and then, police will still be able to impose these additional fines, even though the health orders kick in on Monday morning after midnight. Between now and then, if police have evidence that you're doing the wrong thing in any of these categories, these additional fines will apply. So $5,000 for on-the-spot breach of home quarantine, which is currently $1,000, $5,000 on the spot for lying on a permit, which is already a criminal offence, $5,000 on the spot fine for lying to a contact tracer, which is already a criminal offence, $3,000 on the spot fine for breaching the two-person exercise rule in any way, $3,000 on the spot fine for breaching rules going into regional New South Wales. In Greater Sydney and other lockdown areas, but not the local government areas of concern, the 10-kilometre rule will come down to 5 kilometres. So you can obviously do activity within your local government area, but instead of 10 kilometres from your home, it will be 5 kilometres from your home, and that's for all of Greater Sydney. All those areas which aren't the local government areas of concern will now have imposed on them the 5 kilometres instead of the 10 kilometres. In affected local government areas, we want to stress that exercise means only exercise and supervision of children. So the word recreation will not leave any doubt that word is taken out in terms of those local government areas of concern. Exercise means exercise. Many people know that, but unfortunately, some people were trying to get around the rules that were imposed. In affected local government areas, you will need to register your single buddy to make sure that people aren't abusing that rule. And also, importantly, for regional New South Wales, you will need a permit to go into regional New South Wales, whether you're an authorised worker, whether you're travelling to a second home because you might be a worker utilising a second home, or whether you're inspecting real estate. You will need a permit. The permit system will be effective from next Saturday, but obviously between now and then, police can stop you and seek evidence for what you're doing. And if you're doing the wrong thing, you'll have those extra fines imposed.